All right, guys, so here's your notes on, still we're on the dreaded system word problems, but this is the type 2. Now, we've been talking to you guys about letting things flow and all that stuff, so let's kind of read this through and see how it works. Um, so, starting on the top, number 1, a guard supply store tells 2 types of blah, blah, blah. You guys know me, I don't care. And then we get to the real stuff, the stuff that says, hey, let's let this flow, right? So, we got a smaller mower is $249.99. I'm going to call that S. I don't like S's for smaller. Let's make it M for smaller. And a larger mower is $329. That sounds like stuff we use. So $329.99. And that's for the larger mower. I'm going to use capital L. And it usually equals, whoa. Hold on. So this doesn't flow. You guys see what I'm saying? So a smaller mower, $249, larger mower, $329. Usually I see is a total of $5,807. And then the next thing is 30 total mowers and total sales. This does not flow. And I know you guys understand what I'm talking about. Usually it's just simply a number plus a number is, and then a number plus a number is. So when it's not flowing normally, you've got type 2. That's all there is to it. As soon as you start reading and you recognize all this junk, you're like, whoa, something's going on. So over here is kind of the highlights, but here's what it comes down to. When it's not flowing like normal, find the 2 totals. Find 2 big numbers in the problem. That is usually the key to the whole thing. Okay, so if you look through this, the 2 big numbers, and you guys don't have these printed in front of you, so I know it kind of stinks. 30 total mowers, and it says total sales for this big old number, 8,379. So those are really my 2 big ones. Okay, now there's a saying that me and Coach Key have that is simply this: money goes with money. So if you think about it, the 2 numbers that we were talking about, see how they are dollar signs, they were value. Which one of these 2 numbers has money attached to it? And of course the answer is the 8,379. Okay, and again, I write the dollar signs to make sure I understand. Money goes with money. So when it doesn't flow, find the 2 big numbers, and usually money goes with money. Now, the second one equation is always the mystery. What do you do? Because there's no other numbers. We've used the 249, we've used the 329, you used the 8,370. So the only thing left is 30 total mowers. Now remember, I said to find the 2 big numbers. The 2 big numbers are the ones that go on the end. That was the big number for the money. This is the big number with nothing. The nice thing about this is the equation that goes with the second one is always the 2 letters with no money attached to it. So it's actually pretty easy. You just have to recognize, oh, this doesn't flow. 2 numbers, money goes with money. The other one, always naked letters. Always. Okay? And then from there, you're going to do your thing. And we're going to talk about the math behind it because in all honesty, it looks terrible, but, and I'm not going to do this because I've run out of space already, but crisscross the front 2 numbers. Remember, the front number here is invisible 1. This bottom one is terrible, 249.99. And we would have to do our thing. And I'll show you this in a second. Right now, though, I want to talk about setups. Okay? So I'm going to erase all that and get back to our beginning here. Okay? So let's zoom into the second one. Okay? And again, we'll go through this a little faster just so you can see. So normally I start reading Town Rec Department. Oops, sorry guys. Ordered a total of 100 baseballs. That looks good to me. And bats. Whoa, that doesn't look good at all. Baseballs were 4. Yeah, so you can see right now, as soon as I start reading, I get to a number and it's not even flowing. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm going to undo that. And now I'm going to look for the 2 big numbers. Okay, so the 2 big numbers looks like, well, 450, that's not big, 20 each. I got 100 baseballs, and I've got $822. Those are the big numbers. So remember, I read it, it doesn't flow. let me start singing that song. I'm not gonna, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go on the paper easy, so you just find the two big numbers. Now, those two big numbers are the setup. So don't worry about once you start putting numbers down and it doesn't work, just stop. Just stop. Go back, look for the two big numbers. Now, we've got the 822, which has the money. Again, money goes with money, and the 100 has no money. So now you look for the other numbers. Money goes with money. 450. So 450 for my baseballs. Bats, $20 each. Uh-oh. What am I going to use for bats? I'll use T. All right, and that's money. Again, these both have money involved in them. So money goes with money. That's it. It's straightforward, just like you normally do. And then, of course, the top equation, just the letters only, naked letters. Never have to do anything next to them because they don't have value. And that's it. Okay? Now, this one I'm going to go through a little more with the math. So we know that it's crisscross all the time. And you guys have been doing these, so it's not a big deal. Crisscross the invisible 1. Crisscross the 450. I'm going to put 4.5. One of them is negative. All right? And we do our thing. So, negative 4.5b, negative 4.5t, and negative 450. Hope I did my math right. Coming down here, the nice thing about these equations is there's always an invisible 1. You know 1 does nothing to it, so basically I end up with 4.5 or 450 for the B, plus 20 for the T, and 822. And again, I'm multiplying by invisible 1, the crisscross, so that's easy. Okay. From here, do our thing. The front numbers always drop out for us. We end up with, and I get my calculator here, 15.5 or 1550t equals, and again, let me get my calculator. Yeah, so equals 372. And then we do our thing. Divide by 15.5, divide by 15.5, and again, I'm taking my calculator out for this. I end up with 24. Okay, so T, which I think stood for bats, $24 or 24 total bats, and then in this case, I always pick the naked letters because there's no numbers with it, and most people are doing this in their head. Well, wait a second, it's going to be B plus T, which is 24, and again, you guys know you should use parentheses, but there's no numbers in front of it, so who cares? Equals 100. All right, so and if you think about the question, there's a total of 100 things. I know that 24 of them are bats. So math. So the algebra behind it is minus 24. Some of you guys just do 100 minus 24 in your head, knowing that it's a total. But who cares? Do the math. End up with, I hope, 76. So there's your baseball, 76. Okay. The math, you guys all know. It's all about the setups. Okay. So again, the big thing is, when it doesn't flow, find the two totals. Find the two totals. And then after that, it ends up being, here, let me get you to the next page. Okay. So this is going to be your assignment for tomorrow. All I want is the setup. Do not do any math. Just the setup. Okay. So if you take a peek at this, and again, you guys are going to do these. The last one is just crazy problem. You can figure it out, but if you start reading, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this. Hold on, let me get this set up. So if you start reading this, a group of 40 looks good, and then all of a sudden you get to there's no more numbers, so you know this isn't a normal problem. Okay, so find the two big numbers, and again, I'm going to get you started. The two big numbers are, looks like 40 kids all together, and total bill of $83.50. So I'm not going to do my type 1 where it just flows real fast off the paper. I'm going to look for the two big numbers. Those are always the end. Then from there, just remember, money with money. Okay, I'm going to set you guys free. I'm going to reset this back. And I'm going to tell you guys all we want for Wednesday night is the setups. So fill in the rest of all this. Okay, this one, just fill it in. Same thing with this one, and goats only. See if you guys can figure this out. Just be careful. I'm going to give you a hint. There's money in the problem. There's value in the problem, but you might not see it. It's in words. Be careful. On Wednesday or Thursday morning, we'll reveal what you were supposed to do, and then we can do the math. Again, I'm not worried about the math with you guys. Most of you guys are doing great. Try the setups. Okay? Good luck.